What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Banner Report podcast. I am your host, Cody Adams, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Steve Crowley and Jacob Pierce. We are coming to you live on August 20th, 2026. Boys, still in the dog days, still nothing much going on except for a live Succession Lakers takeover that we're witnessing play out on Twitter and X, and the Cavs making a few moves. But before we get into all that, how are we feeling? How are we doing as of today on this cloudy, hot ass fucking New England summer day?
We're 1 week closer to basketball. That's all I can hope for. I'm tired of this fucking. All we hear in the off season is just drama between teams being sold, and it's not real basketball talk. It's like it's the same as when we talk salary cap shit. It's like I want to talk about X's and O's and Jakes and Joes.
Yeah, and it's been like all LA too, because it went from Clippers, the tree saga, which is still ongoing in a way. That was pretty funny. Like Silver saying, like revealing that they did nothing wrong. It's like, oh, we found ourselves not guilty. But going from that, which was at least a little more interesting, and then now to more like a succession thing, which it's only interesting because it's the Lakers. If this was a smaller team, I feel like people wouldn't care nearly as much. But yeah, I'm ready for less. I'm ready for less like business and market related chatter. I'm ready to actually talk about basketball weekly. The Cavs at least gave us something. They're not bored. They're all thinking about their new team and such with Peyton.
Yeah, I mean, let's get right into it. Cleveland. I mean, you're pretty ecstatic, considering you came in second for the LeBron sweepstakes, but you ended up trying to scrap together two moves that will put you closer, at least, maybe, or in the same spot, because they lost so much depth over the course of the summer. With their bench, they lost Dean Wade, go through the list of all the guys they lost. But they re-upped James Harden. That happened today, 3-year extension for $97 million. And yesterday they traded for Peyton Watson from the Nuggets in a 3-team trade. Let me get the details. Cleveland, Denver, and the Clippers agreed on Wednesday to send Peyton Watson to the Cavaliers and Max Strus to Los Angeles, with Denver receiving 2 first-round picks. One first-round pick in 2031 and a second-round pick in 2032. The 31 pick is unprotected and it's the Cavs, and the Kings is the second-rounder. So pretty good second-round pick, too. I know that's in 2032, but you can probably project that one. But yeah, they land Watson, and they send out Strus. So that's an immediate upgrade and a position of major need for them, which is wing, having a starting wing, even though they lost Wade to Philly. But what do we think about these moves in tandem? You excited?
I mean, Peyton Watson he's a good player, but he's kind of hot or cold. And this could be another one of those Jokic getting somebody paid moments that we talked about like last podcast, where it's like Bruce Brown leaves Denver, doesn't do much, comes back to Denver, starts playing well. Like a lot of these guys play so well because you're playing off of Jokic, and I know there's not a playmaker as good as Jokic on the Cavs right now.
I mean, Harden's a pretty good playmaker. Not a Jokic playmaker, but at one point he was probably the best playmaker in the sport. So he's no slouch. I mean, Steve, I know you're going to be negative on this. I could just read it immediately, and I get it. Like, I don't think this is going to win them a title. But that's because
that's a good move, though. There's no way is it a bad move. Like, you make this trade 10 times out of 10. I mean, Peyton Watson's an upgrade over Max Strus right now.
With what their goal is, they traded it. They don't have a first-round pick for like 10 years. Like, they don't have any sort of future. And with the Donovan re-signing, they have essentially shown us their hand, being like, hey, we're pushing it all in. We went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. I know we got swept, but we're going to improve our wing spot, and we're going to try and roll out the same thing and patch over some flaws. So, I don't think it's going to result in a title for them, but if you're going to do that, this is the move.
It's tough to look at too, because like, hey, you got swept in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and your upgrade was just Peyton Watson over Max Strus, and then the Sixers got Jaylen Brown and LeBron James. Like, it's kind of like everybody else seems to have gotten a lot better, and then you kind of just like, hey, we got Peyton Watson now. Like,
yeah, I mean, the Heat got much better. It's tough. I mean, the whole conference got a lot better besides, maybe the Celtics and,
I mean, you could argue the Celtics got better too. I mean, if you
Cavs.
look at like last year, you played basically the whole year with just Jaylen Brown. This year, you're gonna play with Jason Tatum instead. That's an upgrade. And now you got Mitchell Robinson coming in too. So
you can't write that. You can't. I agree with you. I think it's going to be fine because of what you said, but we can't cash that check yet. We just haven't seen it. So who knows what the Celtics are going to look like? Presumptively, when you lose a top 10 player at in his prime, you got worse.
Yeah, it's honestly such a brain fuck to even try to think about last year going into the year because we had such low expectations. And then it ended up being then they ended up just like fucking like starting like worse than we even kind of, not, we didn't have like bottom of the barrel expectations, but we thought like 8th seed ish, 8th to 6th, kind of hovering around there, like still winning. And then they started off even worse than that. And then we went really low. And then we just shot through with like a couple amazing months. So it was really hard to even wrap my head around last year and then compared to this team. Cause last year was such a pleasant surprise. So you'd assume we'd be up matching that.
The only real reason to be down on the Celtics this year is just with what we said is the reason why the Cavs aren't probably going to win because the whole conference got a lot better, while we maybe have, basically treaded water, stayed level, whatever you want to call it, maybe slightly improved. Everybody else got a lot better.
And on the Cavs deal too, like I like the deal on like. When I just saw the names being traded, I like the trade itself. The contract they signed him to is a bit risky. We'll see how that plays out. But like the trade itself, I think is a win. Like you said, trading Strus for Peyton. I just didn't know they were immediately going to give him 4 for 88, which could end up being a decent contract. But
I mean, he's going to be 27.
Yeah,
by the time that contract ends, he's only 23.
I know he's really
now.
young. Yeah, but it's just tough because we saw like a 2 good weeks out of him basically. Otherwise, he's just a 7 points per game guy. We saw like literally like 2 weeks of elite ball last year. Otherwise, like I was seeing some crazy samples, and it was against kind of mid teams too. So it's like hard to like they had the easy stretch of schedule, and no one else is playing on the team really but him that stretch. So it's really hard to like. It's just hard. It's hard to project him.
Sorry, that was a point that I was going to bring up what Steve said. I know Jokic lifts all boats. I don't think he played much with Jokic during his 56 games he played all last year because Jokic went down. He missed an inordinate amount of time too. So, but also on the other end,
He pooped the bed with Jokic when he finally got healthy in the playoffs. Like he kind of wasn't even as good with Jokic. Like I remember a lot of because I consume so much Jokic content. I ended up getting a lot of Nuggets Twitter on my feed, and they were really yelling at Peyton Watson last year. So a lot of Nuggets fans weren't that mad at this. So it'll be interesting because they were scared. Basically, they're going to give Peyton Watson a Christian Braun type contract, is what I was hearing and that's kind of what he got from the Cavs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a lot higher on Watson as the player. I was never high over Braun.
I think 4 for 88 would have made some. I mean, it makes sense because he's going to contender, but they're just they went over the second apron with this, so that's just something to watch. Like they're really pushing everything in. Like they are over the second apron. Yeah, I think they probably have the highest salary in the whole league. They got it almost, unless it's the Sixers.
They have a pretty elite starting 5.
Yeah. If it works out, it works out. But like you said, they might not. They don't have a pick for 10 years or something now, so it better work out. That's for sure.
And circling back to another point, the Nuggets fans being, sort of, like, hey, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out with Watson. You want to talk about a team that doesn't have much of a future? No, I mean, Denver. Weird. What is like? I literally tweeted from the account from our at the Banner Report on X.com. By the way, for all the hottest takes. But I tweeted like Jokic to Boston, just like we're getting close now, baby. We're closer now than we were the day before.
I also saw, I didn't know that Peyton was clutch to it. It makes sense that he got a bag. That's for sure. I didn't know he was, there was like a crazy mix of agents. I also saw, I forget who it is, another crazy agent that gets bags too. Like they all met to get this done and he got a pretty good bag because of it. It was kind of funny seeing that. It was like the Avengers of bag getting agents discussing Watson's deal.
And then you get James Harden cashing in almost $100 million contract by the time he'll be fucking 40 by the time the contract ends. Good for him.
I think they're still under the second apron.
I thought I was now.
Brian, I'm looking at Spot Track right now, and it says second apron space $35 million, but I don't know
because they got rid of Trey Mann in the deal too. Like a player went out, another player went out.
It's also funny. Did you know they're still paying Ricky Rubio?
Wow,
really?
No.
Oh, good for Ricky.
He's on for $424,000 next year.
He's on for
What a
how
weird
much?
$424,672.
Oh, like holy shit! It's pretty good. It's good work if you can get it. Now that's a no-show job. Maybe he has a what's the Kawhi's uncle's there? Uncle, the problematic
Dennis.
Uncle Dennis. He has an uncle Denny or whatever, something Spanish for Ricky Rubio.
The
Yeah,
Clips
so
the Clips just gave up a second-round pick and got Strus. Like, is that all they gave up?
that's
pretty.
There's there's really
I was like,
five
that's a
teams
win.
involved in this deal. I'm not sure exactly who went anywhere, but it's nobody of any means besides Strus and Watson.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of a random decent pickup for the. I don't think the Clips will be good next year, but they have a lot of guys. Like I sent their roster earlier. Like if they didn't have Brook Lopez and a rookie as their like two bigs, or a sophomore now as their two bigs, that'd be more of a complete team. But they don't have that bad of a roster, surprisingly.
I mean, Strus missed a lot of time last year. He's only getting older. Kind of, he wasn't the Strus that I remembered, or the Cavs needed him to be. Who knows who will be this year? But they still have Garland. They have John Collins. No, they got Rui Hachimura.
I was gonna say Strus should be like the ninth man. They have like Bi, Rui, Garland, Benny, Mathurin. They even got Beal too. It'd be kind of like Beal and Strus, I guess, battling for like a bench spot. Honestly,
they're going to be
Chris
huge
Dunn,
sellers
too.
at the deadline.
Yeah, I know. It's honest. It's either they're surprisingly competent next year, or they're the team that everyone asks for. You know what I mean? It calls up at the deadline because they have all the missing pieces.
Benedict, Mathurin available.
Yeah.
Are you still sold on Garland? Watson, he's 23, coming off of 14.5 points, 5 boards, 2 assists in 54 games, shooting 49% from the field, 41.1% from 3. He had his best year last year by far. And as we just discussed, he didn't play with, Jokic all that much, I don't think, in those 54 games. So then that's a double-edged sword, right? Because now a lot more usage has to be eaten up, a lot more scoring. He gets his chances to shine. So the one thing he showed is that he's, a competent basketball player and a freak athlete. So, and he's 23. So you take the gamble on that, I guess, if you're the Cavs.
Yeah, like he doesn't. It takes years to be the type of player that can really weave yourself into as the 5th best player on the court and be really useful. Like there's some young guys that just naturally know how to do that. Like I felt VJ was really good at that too, just kind of like finding his spots to be impactful. Like Peyton really shined. Yeah, like Peyton's like he really showcased himself when no one else was available, which can get you a win or two. We'll just got to see how he can really fit into like an actual winning formula, because he did his best when they were not a competent team as much, when they had Jamal and Jokic out. So it'll be interesting to see how he can like fit in as the 3 there.
Yeah. Harden, I mean, that's the other piece of this.
I mean, you handcuffed yourself to 40-year-old Harden at $30 million a year. I mean, that's kind of an odd choice on that one.
I mean, it is and it isn't, because he's, no matter what you want to slice it, he's 23 points a game, like still. And
I mean, at 40, I don't know if
6 assists,
23 a game.
His shot hasn't gone anywhere. Like he's still
but getting that shot can quickly go somewhere at 40 years old.
Yeah, I mean, they're better off without him doing as much playmaking and being a spot up later on, honestly, because he definitely seemed like in the playoffs he got frazzled by the Knicks defense. That's for sure. Like we'll see if he's like really leaning into the playmaking at the end of his role, or if it's just be more of like a spot up shooter. But regardless, they didn't make moves early, so they kind of handcuffed themselves to this, because if they didn't do this, then what were they going to be doing? At this point,
they wanted LeBron.
James Harden was the only options. Yeah, exactly. And then now James Harden's really the only option because you waited so long.
Well, I just think I just don't think it's a very good idea to handcuff yourself to, at the end of Mitchell's contract, the end of Harden's contract, they're going to be 33 and 40 respectively. And you're going to be owing them $100 million between the two of them. And it's like, I don't know if that's two contracts I want on my books at that point in time.
No, right. And you wouldn't, but that's what every team has to do. That's why Jaylen Brown's no longer a Celtic. Like, do we really want to run these two out when Jaylen Brown's 34 years old?
If you want to run Jaylen and Jason, they're younger. I get that. But like Donovan Mitchell at 33 years old is not all of a sudden going to be a great defender. You're going to be more efficient. Like he's not going to get better at those things. And James Harden at 40 years old is not going to be what James Harden is now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. But they're obviously their intention is to win a title within the next 2 years.
I just don't know why you didn't have to sign him at 3 years. You could have given him a 1 1 year. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's good business to handcuff yourself to those two for the next 3 years at $100 million a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what's your other option? You lose out on the asset. They still need his production. They need his production, no matter what it is. They need some sort of semblance of this to be competitive.
Well, this is why you shouldn't have traded Garland. I think in the first place, you should have kept a younger asset has a higher upside.
And that's that's one way to spin it negatively for sure. Like 2 years ago was the real battle here when you got rid of Garland. Like this was your fate was decided sort of then. Everything else has been sort of playing catch up.
You just handcuffed yourself to your fate for another 3 years. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're not gonna I don't think this team is gonna win the East next year. I think that
I agree. I mean, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, though, so you probably wouldn't have said that last year either.
I mean, it was like it was them and the Sixers in the second round, so it was the object that doesn't move versus the stoppable force, and like one of them had to budge.
The unstoppable force.
I think going into the year,
we wrong on purpose because we got a paper tiger and a team that's never made out of the second round. So
I was going to say, going into the year, I feel like we all kind of, with all the crazy injuries, like the East ended up being more formidable than we thought because of the Pistons and such. But going into the year, it was basically like if the Knicks and Cavs finally don't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they're never like, you know what I mean? That was kind of the vibe going in. It's like, dude, they
both did.
Exactly. They're the only two healthy teams. And it's funny, like the year ended up tricking us into thinking that there are other options. And then it just ended up being them too again. But yeah.
That
was kind of what we all thought to enter the year.
It's nothing to sniff here. I mean, listen, the Sixers, right? We can make fun of them for all. They beat Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, like, to advance. That's nothing to like turn your nose up at. And they ended up losing to this Cavs team, but that's because the Cavs were, a good team, better than them. And, they end up getting bounced by the team that won the final. So there's a way to spin yourself into this. I imagine they're celebrating in Cleveland and they're not looking at it like it's a negative thing. You got to take a swing.
No.
This is their chance to swing.
I hope that after you make a move, you celebrate and you don't hate the move that you make. Like,
well, you hate it.
That'd be pretty bad.
You hate it.
I'm not the Cavs front office. That's what I'm saying. Like the Cavs front office, if they made that move and they hated it, then why would you make the move? You know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the cynical Cavs or the logical, whatever you want to, like the objective Cavs fan, how I like to imagine I am with the Celtics, objective, right? I'm not, but there's
the objective Cavs fan looks at this and is like, James Harden short circuits in the playoffs every year, and now we have him for another 3 years till he's 40 at $30 million a year. I think as an objective Cavs fan, I'd be like, why did we do this? Like, I would have rather just sign him to either a shorter contract for less money or just let go of the asset and see if we can find something else in free agency or make a trade.
Not many trades to be had now that they're apron strapped. There's not much they can do in terms of maneuverability. They don't have any bench really, and like they can't get one. Like they're not going to be able to find one, or they have to be able to find one somehow. It's I don't know.
I mean, look, we can help them out. All right, we'll give them Paul George and we'll give them Baylor Shireman, and they can give us Donovan Mitchell. It'll be great.
Listen, I hear they would never, but you're so down on Paul George. I don't want to get rid of the asset.
He's gonna be fine this year, but you know who would be better than Paul George on the Celtics this year?
Yeah, I know.
That's why I'm down. He's gonna be fine this year. We're not gonna ask him to do too much. Jason Tatum's gonna lift the boat, lift the tie that lifts all boats is gonna be Jason Tatum. But I mean, it would have been nice to have 27 points a game. All NBA level defense.
MVP candidate,
Yeah, that would have been pretty sweet instead of 36-year-old Paul George.
It's not the reality we live in, pal. We get the shitty timeline.
Donnie is getting 70 million now. If we got Donnie, we wouldn't be able to get anyone but him and Tatum for the future.
I mean, I don't hate that though.
No, I mean, listen, if all things considered, if we were able to somehow scrap together a trade where we don't lose much of our bench, but swap Paul George for Donovan Mitchell, I'm much happier with the team. But yeah, alas, that's not going to happen.
This was the Steph Curry talks that we had last week. It's like, hey, if we could swap out Paul George and some picks for Steph Curry, I'm much more happy with the team.
Hopefully, whenever Steph's deal runs out in Golden State, he does like the LeBron thing where he's just like, I'll go, be a mercenary for Jokic and JT in Boston in 2030. Imagine that team. Holy fuck.
I have like Paul's vibe though so far. He seems like he's coming with the right attitude and he's just like being Tatum's best friend, and Tatum and him seem like to have a great relationship. So there's that, that's for sure. Like we need that.
And Paul George, success. Consummate professional. Like he's been traded before. He's changed teams before. He knows what to do, how to look, how to rub elbows with all the right people as he gets here and look.
They just get suspended for like a half a year on PEDs, but yeah, consummate pro.
I guess wasn't it like mental health things? Like wasn't it like a weird Yeah, it wasn't. They did him so dirty saying PEDs, or like they just said such a vague thing, but it ended up being like a mental health drug that wasn't like cleared or something. It was like, what the hell, guys? Guys
have gotten like popped for like Adderall and stuff like that when they have prescriptions.
I was wondering if it was like that.
I don't even know.
Like Adderall, if you're like, but Adderall, if you don't have ADD, wouldn't really be a PED. It just makes you really fucking anxious and like makes you really fucking like high energy. It's like, how is that going to help a professional basketball player who doesn't need any help with energy?
I wouldn't know this, but I imagine if you are not neurodivergent, unlike us ADD boys, it is a super PED. It's literally an amphetamine. It makes you feel like Superman.
How much do you gotta take though to get to that level? Was my thing. Because all the people I knew that used to take it that didn't have ADD would just take it just so they could drink all night. So it's like doing coke.
Or do it one
fucking jacks
your PED. I don't know. It's the same fucking thing basically.
It wasn't the Len bias.
It's meth a PED.
I think meth is a PED, dude. At least a short stint at one.
They got rid of OJ Mayo for that, so
ask Chris Herron.
Shout out to Chris Herron, Celtics legend. Just a brief little blurb on this. Harden has made over $511 million in his career.
Oh yeah,
he's legendary bag. He's gonna be close on a Billy total because of all the ads and stuff. He's gotta
fucking tip your cap to that.
He's cleared that. He's cleared $1 billion easily with all of his. He has signature shoes, his ads, like all that. Like he had a Foot Locker ad like every year for like 10 straight years for some reason. When Foot Locker was still relevant, like.
Dude, how many like fucking nursing degrees has he funded by strip club tips? How many
teachers has he put through school?
A portion, 25% of that's going to be earmarked for the spearmint rhino or some shit.
To be fair, the establishments that he's going, I don't think any of those are part-time employees of those establishments. I believe those are career ladies, and that's what they do.
After he leaves, they're ready for retirement.
They're retired career ladies.
One fun piece of media that I just remembered because we're talking like shooting guards and such was the Anthony Edwards whole Adidas thing where he's saying fuck Nike, and I saw a funny thing online, like the whole market was down, so it wasn't because of this, but it was just funny that the morning after he did that, the Nike stock went down, so a bunch of people were like, look at Anthony Edwards. But like it was just everything, everything goes down at the same time, so it wasn't actually that, but that was pretty hilarious. And I appreciate how much Anthony just doesn't give a fuck. He's like Ja without doing the bad stuff yet, where he's just like clearly like knows he's a star and just is like, I'll make money regardless, fuck you. No company can take advantage of me type of energy. Ja went too far, but Anthony's on the good way that way so far.
Anthony Edwards is a professional. Ja Morant is, obviously has to do a lot of maturing.
Yeah.
Still.
I mean, Anthony Edwards is just a dickhead to the ladies, that's all.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff coming out about that.
He has a few homophobic things going on, but like, No.
Told the lady, yeah, you got to get rid of the kid. I'm not paying for the kid. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm sure you're hurting for money and you really can't afford to help take care of this kid, dude. Like,
I mean, if you can skirt 18 years of a child support payment, I think you asked the question.
I mean, hey, your pull-up's pretty good, but apparently your pull-out's not very good at this point. Like, figure it the fuck out, dude.
Yeah. No.
You know what's better than fucking giving away your paychecks is wearing fucking latex. Like,
no, fuck that. That shit sucks.
Like you said,
you're cashing checks for 18 years. Then, dude, I hate to break it to you.
He should have no issue if he stays this popular forever. Like you said, he should have the money to support probably 1 million kids. He's gonna be so rich.
Who's like, was it Plaxico Burris had like fucking 13 kids or something like that? Or one of the Giants wide receivers? Oh, Burris shot himself.
Plaxico Burris did shoot himself in the leg in a club. No, it was Antonio Cromartie, I believe. It was like Jets. A cornerback.
Yeah, for the Jets. He had like 13 fucking kids or something.
I mean, you don't even have to look that far. Stephon Diggs has like fucking 12 kids, I think. Like,
yeah.
We're all chasing Mr. Hovey.
Yeah. Mr.
Hovey. You ever went Hovey? Do you remember? If I went on a field trip with Mr. Hovey once, and he had like fucking 15 kids. It was like, what the fuck? Remember that middle school teacher?
I remember him, but
didn't he get into some hot water with like somebody's wife?
I don't even know that.
No,
that's Duffy. Mr. Duffy. That's Miss Dorn and Mr. Duffy.
That was the head of math department for the high school.
That was a scandal. I was in the class when a kid came in and blew up because she had like hooked up with like a parent. Like I was in the class when that most of that crazy shit went down. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Somebody from like a kid from the class said like, you're fucking my dad, my wife, my mom, or something. Like
someone in the grade above. I won't state his name, but someone in the grade above had that fiasco.
Oh, imagine, dude, you're sitting on that one. You're like, oh, just let this teacher tell me what to do one time. I'm gonna fucking ruin their life.
That's some like TV shit. Like you don't hear about that. That seems like stuff you'd think would only happen in like TV shows. And you're like, what the fuck?
Antonio Cromartie has 14 children. That have been reported.
Dude, Nick Cannon fucking pumps him out too.
Oh yeah,
Philip Rivers, he's got 11 of them.
Yeah, but that's all with one woman.
He's got the weirdo like fucking religious like wife.
Yeah, is he more religious?
The Irish twins, like how many sets of Irish twins they got over there, huh?
I think he's very Christian.
Catholic twins.
Oh,
Catholic
really?
Twins. There's a name for it when you have kids that are like basically a year apart or like less than a year apart in age.
So isn't it called like Irish twins or something like that?
Irish twins, something like that. I'm sure he probably got a few of them.
I just remember him refusing to swear too, which gave off very Mormon energy, but I guess very Christian energy is pretty similar. Remember
he's like
flipping crap. He like could get sacked brutally, and he'd be like, "Freaking crap, that freaking sucked."
Yeah, but then he'd also try and mog defensive tackles like 6'5", 400 pounds.
Yeah, on the Jaguars after he threw that fucking 90-yard touchdown, he's yelling in his ears like, "Don't fucking
whoa!" I fucking love this stuff.
No, I liked Philip. Yeah, he was fun, honestly.
A great quarterback,
the Hall of Fame quarterback, right?
I believe he is a Hall of Fame quarterback, even though he's never won the championship.
He should be, but I don't know if
isn't he one of those guys that's like he's like 20,000 yards passing or something like that. Like you could pencil him in for 4,000 plus passing yards like every year, close to 50 touchdowns. Like he was a pure pocket legend.
He accumulated yards and stats.
Sling it lefty, right?
No.
Lefty. I could have sworn he was a lefty.
He had a pretty low release point. I mean, I
know he threw it like sidearm, which is like, how the hell are you throwing the ball so far with sidearm and not blowing your shoulder out?
It's probably why you thought he was lefty, because that just screams lefty doing a sidearm throw.
It just screams Michael Vick, because I just remember watching Michael Vick do that so much. Randall Cunningham, I think, did it too.
Yeah, Michael Vick would do that too, and he'd like launch it 100 fucking yards somehow sidearm. You'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Like the Sean Jackson touchdown that he threw that one time, where he just took like a 3-step drop and then just threw it like 75 yards in the air. What is that?
How's your arm not falling off the bone, dude?
Yeah, Rivers threw right-handed. He has a completion percentage career-wise of 65%, 63,000 passing yards, almost 64,000. 425 TDs, 8-time Pro Bowler.
What's the record for touchdowns for all time? I'm assuming a quarterback.
I think it's Brady.
It's like Brady and
Probably
Breeze,
Brady.
and I think Brady, Breeze,
Stafford
and Peyton are
almost.
probably up there.
Rogers has to be up there, I think.
I think
Breeze-
Rodgers missed too much time though.
Breeze sneaky
Brady
is up
has
there for a lot of it.
649 passes. Passing touchdowns.
I'd be pissed if I finished with 649. I want 650 on the money. I come back for one game just to throw a touchdown and be like, all right,
He
get the
might come back.
I'm not gonna die.
He looks the same, dude. Brady does
That's
not
what
age.
Botox will do for you.
I know. I was gonna say he gets surgeries every off season.
He has like cat face now. He has like rich Hollywood guy face, older Hollywood guy
Creepy
face
as
now.
fuck looking.
It's
He's
weird.
turning into the male Nicole Kidman.
Brady is the all-time touchdown passing leader, 649. Breeze is second, 571. Peyton is 539. Then Rogers at 527. Then Favre at 508.
Yeah, if
There's only 5 guys with over 500,
and they're all pretty new, right?
and Brady's at 650.
I mean, one is still active.
Yeah, God.
Rodgers is still active, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not gonna get
Rivers-
anymore.
Rivers is sixth, with 425. That is 5 guys with 500 plus.
Was there a time where Breeze was actually number 1? I think I remember that. And then Brady just like kept playing and surpassed him. I think that happened.
Didn't
Right?
Breeze retire like 5 or 6 years before Brady did?
I think
he
Breeze
had
like
number 1.
crushed Brady in passing yards for a long
okay.
time, and then Brady just kind of by attrition beat him out.
Yeah. It's like if Kareem was playing with LeBron and LeBron just kept being like a 23, you know what I mean? Like a 23 point per game scorer. And then Kareem kind of went down to like 10 and was still really good, but just not like a superstar still. Like,
I mean, the
Brady
3-point
was.
shot, dude. If I was Kareem, I'd just be like, yeah, I mean, the 3-point shot is the reason I was
Yeah.
the better player, you know?
Kareem would be doing
LeBron
hook
James
shots from there.
LeBron James has the 6th most threes all time.
I mean,
So,
that
like,
makes sense.
Just because he's played for so long. He's never been like a great shooter, but he's just played for so fucking long.
He's
He could probably
become a
shoot up
great
that.
shooter.
He's a good shooter. He's not a great shooter. They're like,
He's a great
He-
shooter.
it's not like a great shooter. Like, he's probably like career like 34, I would assume.
Yeah, but that's because he sucked so bad to start.
Yeah, I wonder what he was at last year. I'll look right now.
I mean, his best shot is
probably
his 3-point shot
36,
now.
37, I think, last year.
Which is pretty good, but not elite.
It's not a great shooter. Like, you're not like, hey, LeBron, we need a 3 to win this game. You're going to take it, not Luka. Like,
Damn, he didn't have that good of a 3-point shoot last year.
Wow,
He
yeah,
only
he sucked last year.
But in 23-24, he was 41%. The fuck?
41% for the year for 3. That's crazy. I never thought LeBron would be up that high.
Yeah, well,
71
like
games,
recently
too.
he was very good from
Yeah,
3.
71
obviously not
games.
last year.
71 games, 41%. That's nothing to scoff at.
No, that's a
I
great
just never
year.
thought that he was like a great shooter. Like, he was a good shooter. I never thought he was a great shooter. I mean, we all know what the game plan was when he first got in the league, was go under every screen.
Yeah.
I mean, he's made
Better
you pay
sh-
for that over the years because he's just such a hard worker and he's such a great player. But like, I would never think that like, hey, the Lakers need a 3 to win this game, or the Sixers need a 3 to win this game this year. Like, hey, we gotta make sure we stick to LeBron and like don't help off of him. Like,
The brain everyone just does that anyway. That's why ends up kicking it every time. Everyone ends up doing that. I feel like the brain just is glued to LeBron. Then just passes to
he is
Ray.
one of the greatest. He might be the greatest of all time. So I definitely get why, like, in your head, you're like, all right, we cannot leave him open.
Yeah. I don't think you want to leave him open ever. Yeah, that's just that even though statistically, you know, whatever you can make an argument for it, I still wouldn't trust giving LeBron a last minute shot.
Yeah.
Open, you know.
And the thing is, it's funny with 3-point shooters in general too. Like his 35% average or whatever on a career is much different than someone's who has no gravity. You know what I mean? Like the attention's on LeBron at all times. Someone's always on LeBron. A lot of these guys with great shooting percentages are only that great because they're not getting looked at and they get kicked to wide open. You know what I mean? Like it's very LeBron has
they're not
probably
creating
very little.
threes. They're playing off of somebody else that's creating the 3 for them. Yeah, I get
like LeBron doesn't get open threes. Yeah.
The only one that's the aberration of that Steph, because he get like triple covered and he's still somehow
Steph,
like
you got KD
that's why
too.
fling it.
That's why he's
yeah,
the greatest.
KD,
Steph is the
Klay
greatest
Thompson.
shooter.
Klay Thompson, I would say he created a lot of his own shots. Ray Allen, like playing for the Bucks and the Sonics, like he was the guy.
Yeah, but
Reggie.
definitely towards when he became like the best 3-point shooter of a generation. He was very much like he wasn't creating too much of his own looks for the Celtics, you know.
That was
But
more
you wouldn't
Rondo.
want him to.
He had Rondo throwing it behind the back to him.
Yeah. And Paul Pierce would be the guy you'd be like, hey, clear out and let him get his own shot off.
or KG. KG and some of those usually like monster.
Yeah, let's have KG just, dribble and then take a fucking 25-foot two.
His foot on the line.
Do you guys know who the second all time in 3-pointers made is?
It's Harden, right?
Damian Lillard?
It's Harden.
Harden, yeah.
Nobody will ever talk about him being as great of a 3-point shooter as he is. Like,
You
we're going to
should.
forget about him.
That's people
Talk about
who
creators.
who didn't watch him. Yeah.
He created his own threes a lot.
Rockets Harden was like in Paul Pierce mode of just like slowly dribbling into people and then just shooting. You know what I mean? Like he was kind of just in people's grills. There's some. Houston Harden was an amazing player.
He murdered Stanley Johnson. I'm pretty sure he retired Stanley Johnson.
Oh yeah.
When he was on the Clippers, yeah.
He like looked at him. That was so rude.
He looked at him. He spun the ball in his hand, and then he shot it like it was a free throw.
And then you never heard from Stanley ever again. Hope you're doing well, Stanley.
I thought he was
He's
good.
doing a lot better than we are. That's for sure.
I was like, the Pistons got Stanley Johnson and Justice Winslow. They're gonna be fucking good. And then neither of those guys did shit. Yeah, me and Danny Ainge were locked.
Oh, Ainge wanted fucking Justice Winslow so fucking bad.
And Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Those are like the two guys that were going to change the course of the franchise.
Hollis Jefferson, isn't that the Kobe for what country did he play for that he just wore the exact
Kobe?
Yeah, he wore the exact same like get up and looked exactly like him for a game. Was it for Jordan or something? Which is funny too. That before
for the Philippines.
I don't even know, but he looked so good in that game. I was like, get this guy on an NBA team.
He played on a lot of NBA teams for a long time, but he just was never that good. FIBA always makes guys look better because like these bench guys that don't have the ball in their hands the whole game, like get the ball in their hands the whole game.
Yeah, and then you see there's obviously levels to it. Like we know that everyone in the NBA is supremely talented, but not a lot of people do.
I mean,
it was Jordan. You nailed it.
That's hilarious. Looking like Kobe playing for Jordan.
Wow, he looked just like Kobe. He had like the shaved head too. Like young
dude,
Kobe.
look at the plays too. It actually was insane. He was playing
he was doing
exactly
like the same
him.
rip throughs and everything. Like he was doing the same post fades.
I was like,
left-handed, which is the fucking coolest part of it.
It's like he studied his tape before and just tried to do exactly his moves or something. It was honestly like an homage.
Well, anybody that's that size should only be studying Kobe and Jordan tapes.
Oh yeah, the footwork.
All the footwork, the post shit that you can do, like at that size, like because you can always find a mismatch somewhere in the NBA at this level.
I mean, Kobe is probably the most influential player like of all time, at least modern wise.
Do you mean by play style or do you just mean overall?
I just think his fucking oeuvre, whatever, his play style is universal. Like he's just great. He's not the greatest of all time, but he's one of the greatest of all time. But if you just listen to every modern player, they're like, who's your favorite player ever? And they all say 24, because Jordan, he was just long enough ago that the younger guys don't watch him. This generation grew up watching Kobe, at least at some point throughout his career.
A lot of the younger generation say Paul George too.
The ones that are like 20.
Yeah, maybe that's just my
resonates with all those fucking guys. They're just like, we love Paul George. He's the greatest of all time. It's like, he's not. He's really fun to watch, but he's not.
He was fucking elite, but he was never like
his career kind of got like shanked early on. He was pretty good for a while.
Oh yeah,
I thought that Pacers team was going to give the Heat problems for a long time because they were battling in the playoffs, and then Paul George got hurt, and that was that.
Yeah. Lance Stevenson gave us so much joy.
I definitely see what you're saying with Kobe with his play style too, because like even like Jordan, you can look at the way he played, but like he played so much above the rim and so much athleticism. It's like you can't really replicate that. Kobe did that like a lot as number 8, but as number 24, he was a little bit less of that and a lot more.
He's much more of a shooter.
He's shooting. He's playing off the post. It's like he's not relying on athleticism as much to score. Like, and it was that's where it's more replicable. Like I can't see LeBron James, the way he plays being the same way that people want to play Or
No.
they want to play like him, obviously, but like it's not,
Yeah,
it's not replicable for like
he's one of
every
one.
player to play as. Like
Yeah.
nobody's playing above the rim at 6'8", 250. Like
You're not
I'm
moving
6'1".
like him.
I want to play like Kobe. Like I want to like post up, fade, that stuff. Like I'm
All the
never going
players-
to be able to get above the rim. You know.
All the players who are 6'8", you know, they tend to be like lankier dudes. They're definitely not like Heatles LeBron, where he's like 280 pounds of pure steel, like moving at that. Nobody will ever be that. LeBron's a one-of-one athlete. Jordan was a one-of-one athlete. They're all. I mean, Kobe was, you know, one-on-one athlete too, but he had a lot of injuries over the course of his career.
Yeah,
and he
then,
scored so many different ways too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's something you can actually really practice and hone on. Almost, I feel like Steph's in the same camp too, where you can just like practice deep ball threes and stuff, getting it off. But like someone like LeBron and now like even Jokic had like it's more of like a intangible IQ thing. That's not something you can just go in your fucking like. It's all about vision and in like in being in 5-on-5 situations. It's not something you can go in your backyard and you know what I mean. Like you can do Kobe drills and shit. You can't do like Jokic drills.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think I'd ever give somebody like, hey, you need to play exactly like Jokic. You need to be like this big lumbering freak who had just had, you know, you're playing 7D chess with the basketball. Like you're seeing things happen before they even do, and you're taking loopy ass Looney Tune shots, and they're absolutely
no
wet.
fucking coach is like at their fucking practice, like telling their center, like, hey, dude, I need you to play like more like Jokic tonight. I need you to be doing one-legged threes, shooting it behind your head, like fading away like that, like making passes that nobody else has seen before. Like nobody's telling them that. They're telling them, hey, you need to play like Kendrick Perkins. You need to get down there and like just be nasty and get rebounds and putbacks. Like there's tons of other guys that like coaches are gonna tell players to watch. Like you can see it like a little bit in Tatum's game that he watched a lot of Pierce growing up. Like he's got a lot of that
a lot of Kobe
stuff. A lot, yeah, and Kobe too. Like a lot of like the hey, I don't need to beat you like above the rim. I can beat you with footwork.
I was honestly going to bring up Pierce. I was like, they should study Pierce because he's like Kobe without the athleticism. Obviously, Pierce could still dunk sometimes, but it's almost like they had the same mid-range bag. But
Pierce was a pretty goddamn good athlete.
He was, but that was not his like best.
He's always
thing
kind
ever.
of baby fat, but he could keep up with LeBron. Like,
yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to be a supreme athlete to be. Yeah, definitely. To defend LeBron well, you have to be a good athlete. I just mean more like he's not like 40-inch vertical type guy. Where like
he's not crazy speed off the dribble. Like he's not jumping above people to get putbacks like Vince Carter or something like that. Like it's
like ticky-tacky skill.
Yeah. Like I'm going to get to my spot and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm going to have 3 moves off of that spot and you're not going to know which one's going to come. Like it's simple basketball when you put it that way, but like to get to an elite level the way that Pierce and Kobe and Jordan did, like of just getting to your spot and like, hey, you're just not going to be able to do anything about it. Like it's a skill set that can be studied in a way that like LeBron James, you know, fast break can't be studied. It's just like, hey, that's just LeBron. Like he's going to beat you off the dribble and dunk on Anderson Varejao and like kill him. Like you can't study that. You can't replicate that. You know what I mean?
I feel like Wemby's an interesting case just on this matter because he's a one-of-one. You know, like there's no other guy ever been like that, no matter what, of that build and athleticism. So he can do those freakish, you know, he'll do some, you know, at least 3 things a game where it's just like nobody could do that besides him. But he does play a very technically skilled game for a guy that big. You could tell he watched a lot of like guard tape, you know, get his own shot from distance, how to shoot in motion. Not a lot of bigs have that. But he is a very interesting hybrid case. We'll see how it plays out. Pretty good so far. Anyways,
that's what makes him so special is that he did that studying and he didn't just rely on being 7.5 feet tall. Like I'm not saying that other guys, that's all they did was rely on that, but he clearly has worked on every aspect of his game.
No, he's like Kevin Durant. He like never wanted to be held into like Kevin Durant always felt like that too. He just never wanted to be a true center. Like he just grew up like not trying to not be, and now he's just that tall. And now he's this skilled.
He lies about his height. Like
yeah, exactly.
He always lied about his height. He always said he was like 6'9", and he was like, dude, you're like 7 feet tall. Get the fuck out of here.
Everybody's trying to add an inch. He's like shaving them off as much as he can. He's like, I'm actually 5'9". I'm actually 5'11"
shoes when they're getting fucking measured, and he's fucking taking his off. Like, oh, no,
it's on his knees. No, and the Paul Pierce thing too. It's like you're saying, you have to be supreme talent, and then also if you ever look up like any of those types of guys where you think they're like a crafty man, like if you think they're more craft than athleticism in the NBA, but then you go watch their college tape and like all their highlights are just fucking dunk. Like if you watch a Paul Pierce Kansas tape, he's just like dunking on everyone's fucking head. So like to get there, they had to be the most athletic person at every level. You know what I mean? Like you can only like once you get to the big leagues, you might not be the top athlete, but you can't really think like you can't be like I'm unathletic going all the way up unless you're Jokic, or it doesn't matter, I guess.
I mean, but his athleticism is sneaky.
There's no 6-foot guards in the NBA that aren't athletic. Like,
Nah, yeah.
You have to be built like Jokic to be able to get away with not being athletic. You know what I mean?
Jokic's athleticism lies in the fact that the amount of games, like how how many minutes he plays, his longevity at being that bulky, that big, like that's where you know he's a sick athlete because he takes care of himself and he's able to go the distance in these grueling ass games. I mean, with Wemby, you know, he's younger, he's skinnier, whatever you want to say, more athletic, less, whatever. He sort of ran out of steam in a lot of those games and the finals. And now the Knicks, you got to give him credit because they certainly wore him down over the course of the series.
De'Aaron Fox also helped out with that.
Yeah, but like you did see Wemby running out of steam, whereas with Jokic, he'll be lumbering the whole game and look tired, but he's still, you know, playing at his elite level.
Yeah, he's got some crazy
into the
pacing,
fourth quarter.
It's almost like with LeBron, how he always knew how to perfectly run to never get injured. It's almost like Jokic just understood how to like maintain his stamina to like a godly, like intangible level that like he never was even taught, probably. Maybe because he grew up playing water polo, which is like the most enduring. Like it seems like the most torturous sport possible. You're just treading water and getting drowned the whole time.
Yeah, you're literally playing like a dunk fight with your brother the whole time while trying to score a ball while you're treading water. It is like kind of a sick sport.
I cannot think of a sport that I would be worse at than fucking water polo. They would find me at the bottom of the fucking pool. Like that. All right, Steve's dead. Let's keep on here, I guess. Like.
I used to wrestle, and I thought that was the most physically draining sport, but it has to be water polo. Draining. Dude, wrestling, you're like, tough. Holy shit. Yeah, I'd finish a match and be like, that felt like I ran 20 miles. That was fucking insane.
We're here at the Tokyo Olympics in 2035, the U.S. men's water polo team versus Japan, and then it's just like cut into like the live action of the game, and then just Steve's floating face down, like somewhere off of the side.
They just push me into the fucking goal, like get him out of the fucking way.
They successfully drowned you. They're like, oh fuck,
how do you get injured in water polo?
Lean me up against the fucking goal, so that I'm just blocking shots. And hey, the U.S. men's national team has an extra goalie. It looks like
there's one injury in water polo, it's death. It's permanent. Permanent IL, dude.
Not ear infections.
Yeah, true. Ear infections be a bitch. That's true. Yeah, man. I don't got much else on the NBA. The Lakers, there's family drama going on with the buses, and Shams obviously embroiled in the scandal now. It's going to play out in court, I imagine.
Some billionaire shit.
It doesn't. Nothing will change on. You know, as a fan of the sport, nothing will change for us. But you know,
it explains why it's the Snow Time Lakers now with Kushner running the place over there.
What do you mean?
Isn't Kushner a big Trumpy guy?
Well, no, he's actually like a pretty big liberal advocate. Him and his wife.
Or his brother's the one that's the Trump one.
Well, his brother is married to Ivanka Trump, so yes, I imagine Jared Kushner is pro-Trump, at least in some sense of the word.
So that's where I got it mixed up.
No,
but yeah, it's the Snow Time Lakers over there. Might be the funniest nickname for a team I've ever heard.
Yeah, not for the fact that they're rolling out like 6 white dudes.
Well, that's why it's the Snow Time Lakers.
Yeah, always been since the 80s. Yeah, man. I don't know what else is going on. I drafted a team, my fantasy football.
Oh yeah, have you been out? You said that everyone's been glowing about AJ. I didn't really watch much of it, but in the practice, the scrimmage against the Eagles, how was your feeling?
Yeah, we're tuning them up.
I was gonna say you must be pumped. Everything's pointing to a good relationship with AJ. AJ's good vibes right now, but I feel like that's the start of every diva relationship anyway. It's hard to read
it started out well in Philadelphia too. But the biggest takeaway I think from this week of joint practices was like how well our defensive line played against the Eagles, which they always have a solid offensive line. They have, Mailata. I think his name's Jordan Mailata. I think they still have Jordan. But Lane Johnson, they have a veteran group of guys, and they always come have a solid O-line. And the fact that our weakest spot probably on defense is like the pass rush, and the fact that we were able to get pressure on Jalen and their offensive units, it's a good sign. Still no contract for Christian Gonzalez. Should be dropping. Devon Witherspoon just reset the market. They share the same agent, so I imagine the next domino for the Patriots before we get into the season will be Christian Gonzalez's contract extension.
That's honestly good to hear, because I was going to say I was worried, but now you saying that they might have just been waiting for a line to get set agent wise it makes me feel better, because I've not really been tuned in, and I've just been like, why is he not signed? And I was getting worried it just wouldn't happen, but knowing that it might just be like trying to get more money, I'm like, whatever, pay more money.
You'd really like to imagine it's not, the front office being like, hey, we're not sure if we want to give Christian Gonzalez whatever, $60 million or whatever the contract, the market is for a cornerback right now. That's
give fucking Christian Gonzalez $120 million. I mean, he's fucking stud.
The only one who played well in the Super Bowl.
I mean, he's the best cornerback in the league.
Yeah.
Already?
I would say he's the best cornerback in the league. I mean, he's, for whatever you want to say about his technique or his interception ability, he is physically bigger than most of these guys. He's really like a safety. So for his blend of speed, size, length, athleticism, with his technique, yeah, I'd say he's the best cornerback in the league.
He's better than that kid in Jacksonville.
I was literally gonna ask you what Steve, that's crazy. My next question is, since you're more tuned in, what is their plan with Travis Hunter this year? That's the most interesting situation in the NFL to me.
I mean, he got hurt last year. He's still going to do the dual role, but I think they're going to move him to cornerback long term. I think you'll see him play. He'll take yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll take more snaps in the defensive side of the ball, less on the offensive side. I imagine you'll see it this year.
Hoping for an Ohtani is just not. It's just going to happen maybe in 100 years. Just like someone who can be top 5 in both is just like, I don't know. People are like, Travis Hunter's the new Ohtani of football. It's just like
football.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, I mean, Dion
maybe in like
physically
50,
demanding.
Yeah,
he's too
Dion
physically
probably
demanding on for a player to play cornerback for a whole game and receiver for a whole game.
Your chances of injury go up 50%. And in football, you can't afford that.
If your chance of injury go up by 200%, just fucking you get you can get hit when you're playing receiver, and then have your bell rung, and then have to try and go out there and run with a receiver on the other end. You're gonna tear something if you just wear and tear on your body.
Yeah, you need the breaks, especially when you're playing defense. Like, your defense needs breaks. That's why you can't. The bad teams, they don't have complementary units. They might have like one good unit over the other, but they have to be, complementary of each other. You need long extended offensive drives to give your defense a break, and you need defense to turn the ball over and give it back over to the offense to work.
That's why great teams have great running games, because you can just extend drives out for so long running the ball and eat so much clock and give your defense time to rest.
Trying to think. I mean, the Seahawks had a very good running game. They had not at the time in the Super Bowl, but they had Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, which was pretty good dual-headed. I mean, Kenneth Walker was the best player in the goddamn game.
Yeah, he killed us. Yeah, no, the Travis Hunter, it's just tough because it's a contact sport, and then also you use like the same muscles. Like, it's like, I mean, I didn't know this was possible until Ohtani did it, but he had he got a Tommy John because of pitching, but was still able to hit. You can't do anything like that in football, obviously. Like, injure one side and like one specific.
Yeah, if you break your ankle, you break your ankle on both sides of the
ball. or if you just get a fucking bell wrong, that fucking matter. You know what I mean? Like, that's just gonna fuck you up regardless.
And it also just fucks up all the depth charts on both sides too, because it's like, hey, if he's out, that means like now one of your starting receivers and your starting corner is going to be out for a game. So it's like, hey, now I have to elevate 2 players to the starting roles. Like that's got to create a whole nother issue. You can throw him out there probably once in a while as like a receiver. Like, hey, we need an extra receiver for this play at the end of the half or something like that. Like you could do that, but there's no way that you could play both sides of the ball for an entire game. That's just.
I mean, Dion gets the nod. It's either him, Chuck Bednarik, or Sammy Baugh for the best two-way players in the NFL. But Bednarik and Baugh played when they were playing with fucking leather helmets.
Right. So, Vrabel had a couple snaps. Vrabel had some tight end snaps.
Vrabel was on the list.
Was Gronkowski on the list? Because he would go down as the worst with that fucking Dolphins.
Oh my god!
Bullshit. When they put him out as safety and he just got blown by
and they won the game.
Play, they won the game at the end.
Yeah, they called it meltdown in Miami. I remember that. I was like, no fucking way. I was like, no way. And I was like, no fucking way. And I was like, the whole way as he just tried to the end zone. I was like, no way.
Every time they toss, it's like, nah, no way. No, I can't be. No, he's got room, but there's no fucking way. No. But what the fuck is Gronk doing? What are you fucking doing, Gronk?
Get him. Falling over.
I mean, Troy Brown played 2 ways.
Mm-hmm.
Does Devin Hester count? He didn't really play 2 ways. He was just kick returning and playing receiver. I don't know if that really counts.
You don't get double treatment. I mean, Devin Hester's the debate about Devin Hester is interesting because he's like very clearly one of the best returners to ever play. And it's like, does that warrant you enough to get you into the Hall of Fame? Because he genuinely changed a lot of those Bears games, got him to a Super Bowl.
I was going to say, yeah.
He returned didn't he return one for a touchdown like the opening kickoff of the Super Bowl?
It was
I think so, right?
In the Super Bowl for sure. I don't know exactly when, but in the Super Bowl for sure. I've seen that highlight.
That's crazy. Like you're that good of a special teamer that you literally just spotted your team 7 points to start a fucking Super Bowl. Like,
but he was so mid as a receiver that he's not going to get it.
Yeah.
Edelman was returner.
Yeah. And he has a touchdown pass. Oh no. Yeah, he does. Right. He has a touchdown pass.
That was elite. That was one of the more like hype plays ever.
That would be hilarious if like Edelman like fucking was the only guy in NFL history like throw a touchdown, catch a touchdown, turn a touchdown, and run a touchdown. Like that would be such an Edelman fucking thing to do.
That would be pretty interesting. I mean, he was a quarterback in college at Kent State, so you could.
What about Slater? Does that count? Because he's kick returning sometimes, and he's on the kickoff team when they're defending.
He won't be in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Patriots Hall of Fame. He is one of the best special teamers ever, and he will be a head coach one day.
Didn't we just get Slater news? Isn't he the coach of BC or something?
Is he?
Yeah.
Did they fire Billy O'Brien?
It's BC High.
Oh,
that's
BC High.
It's not BC. It's BC High, which is crazy.
Can you imagine being at BC High and you're like, we have fucking Matthew Slater.
My coach is Matthew Slater.
A lot of those kids grew up most of those kids grew up Pats fans. They're like, what the fuck? This guy won multiple Super Bowls on my favorite team. He's my coach.
To be fair, like a lot of those kids that are in high school might not know who Matthew Slater is because he might not have played while they were watching football.
No, he definitely did.
How long ago did he retire? I thought he retired
in high school now.
He played pretty long because he was he's such high IQ.
Well, if he retired like 5-6 years ago,
it wasn't like that 12. Long ago.
Wasn't he there for the no, it might. It didn't. He probably retired shortly after the Rams Super Bowl, right?
No, he retired in 2023. Damn, yeah, it wasn't that long
years ago.
Yeah, he played on like the post Super Bowl, the bad Belichick.
Weird is bad, so I guess I don't remember any moments.
He was a special teamer, he always was. But
I think the fucking Pro Football Hall of Fame got to loosen up there. Loosen up who's getting in or not. Like, celebrate more people. I mean, like, if you can't put Devin Hester in there, like anybody that's ever watched football for the last 20 years knows who Devin Hester is. Like, he should be in. Like, I know your counting stats aren't going to be that great because you're a kick returner, but like, he has to have like the record for the most kick return touchdowns or something, right?
I don't know. He might. I imagine Dion probably has that.
I mean, like the most narcissistic way that I can look at the Pro Football Hall of Fame is that if I know your name, you should probably be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame because I don't know dick about football.
Looking at total return touchdowns, combining both kickoff and punts, Devin Hester is the all-time leader with 20. 14 punts, 5 kickoffs. The all-time kickoff leader, former Patriot, Cordero Patterson.
Oh, yeah. He did that a lot for the Falcons, right?
He did it for the Pats, too.
Well, wasn't the most of his work done for the
the Falcons.
Didn't he finish off his career kind of with us?
No, I think he went elsewhere after us. He kept playing for a bit.
He was fun to watch. I like the way he ran the ball. When he got the ball and got space, like it was fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not put the guy who leads the all-time and kick returns in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? Like, I mean,
what's the ultimate test, right? Like, can I tell the story of the NFL for the past 20 years without mentioning him like once? And the answer is probably not, because when you think of like for a whole generation of fan, when you think kick returns, who was the best ever that you saw? It's that guy.
Yeah, easy.
Also electric. Like when it was a kickoff, like a lot of times when it's a kickoff, I'm not really paying that much attention. But when Devin Hester was back there, it was like, all right, my eyes are locked. Like something's going to happen. Like it's going to be electric.
Same thing with it's the same thing with Edelman. Like Edelman's not going to make it. Wes Welker should have made it, but Edelman's not going to make it. And he should.
Edelman didn't get a Super Bowl MVP, did he?
No,
he didn't. I thought he did in the Panthers one. I know Panthers. I meant Seahawks.
No, that was.
No, the guy that picked the ball off.
No, I think it was Brady.
Brady
gave it to Malcolm.
He gave the truck that he wanted to Malcolm Butler because Tom Brady's like, hey, my wife makes $30 gajillion a year. I don't need a fucking shitty GMC truck. Like, here you go, Malcolm.
Yeah, like, do you think
GMC trucks are shitty? Hey, GMC.
Actually, Edelman might have won the Falcons. No,
this should have
won the Falcons. Well, just for that fucking catch that he made.
I was gonna say I wouldn't have been upset, but Brady was insane in that freaking second half. Or Hightower, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, but Edelman. I mean, they all saved the game. They all
had moments. Yeah, they all.
Everybody had to.
You literally had everyone had to be perfect.
It was Edelman for the Falcons.
Well, no, Super Bowl MVP. I think that you should get into the Hall of Fame.
Okay, like Deion Branch get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you can't tell the story of football without Deion Branch winning the Super Bowl MVP.
You can tell the story of football without Deion Branch.
Didn't Ty Law
Ty Law's a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. He's one of the best cornerbacks to ever play.
One guy that I thought they got soft on crime on Luke Kuechly guy. Who's that guy? The Panthers. Yeah. Is that how you pronounce his name? He only played for 8 years. So I was like, I know he was really great. But I was like, so I think Edelman should have pretty equal. Like, if he can get in for a really good 8 years, that wasn't that like, you can tell the story without him, for sure.
Yeah, but I think Kuechly has a defensive player of the year. You know, I think he was averaging like 150 tackles as a middle linebacker. Edelman never was the best at his position, but he was always fucking solid. Always. Gotcha. Gamer. Kuechly, there was a point where he was the best linebacker in the entire NFL. Right, he did retire. He won't have the counting stats, I don't imagine, but I don't know. I feel like that's a weird blend of like narrative with the actual factual record.
Narrative gets a lot of guys in. I mean, look at Joe Thomas.
But Joe Thomas is the best. He's the best left tackle of all time.
Yeah, there's no stats to back it up, though, right?
Yeah, but come on.
That's what I mean. Like, it's all narrative based. Like, if we can have a narrative for a lineman to make it in, then like, why can't we have a narrative for?
But you have pancake blocks. They do record pancake. Like, I'm sure the running stats kind of get looked at. But like, how good was your running game over the course of that time? How
many sacks did you give up in that course of time would be another big one.
Yeah, but even then, that's a tough stat to kind of track because what if they run a stun?
What if the quarterback just sucks and he stands in the pocket for too fucking long too? Like, that's another thing.
What about Wilfork?
Sacks are a quarterback stat too.
Wilfork's interesting. I don't know if he'll make it. I mean, he's one of the better long defensive tackles of an entire generation. Is he in there? Did he already get inducted in?
I looked it up and he's not, so I was surprised. I didn't know if that was just because of eligibility, if he played longer than I thought.
But that's going to Steve's point. That's another one where it's like, how do you calculate how good a defensive tackle is? They're never going to be like sacks leaders. Like that's not their job. Their job is to stuff the line,
plug the hole. He's a nose tackle. He just plugs everything up in that fucking thing, and that's what he did.
Vince plugged that bitch up.
Yeah, we know he was legendary. Just
big body Benz out there.
He was still good when he went to the Texans.
Yeah, he was like, he'd have to get two-manned on every play, basically, back in the day. Like, he'd have double.
Even on the Texans, they would double team him. They'd send like the center and the guard at him every time.
I mean, I think the year he went to the Texans, I think JJ broke the sack record just because, like, yeah, he's taken 2 offensive linemen away. They're not going to be able to double team the left side.
Yeah, they should get a portion of the sack for the gravity.
Gravity sack.
Seriously, and he's fucking planetary size.
Yeah, it was. Is it you?
What about like Urlacher? Did Urlacher make the Hall?
Yeah.
Because he's right there with Kuechly. I think of them as like, I don't know why I think of them as like the same.
Urlacher played because they're white linebackers.
They play at the same time too.
There might have been some overlap. Urlacher was at the end of his career, I imagine.
Urlacher was a fucking monster too.
I think Urlacher played for a lot longer though.
But now his hair sucks
too.
Yeah,
you see
his hair is weird.
He just
so
came
weird
out.
to shave your shit.
He just all of a sudden got hair, and it's like you can't do that like
turkey.
As a 50-year-old man.
I think so too. And Zach Thomas for the fucking
Dolphins.
The Dolphins. He was a fucking killer too.
He was. I think he's also in the Hall of Fame.
Really?
I think so.
So, do you think Zach Thomas is a better football player than Julian Edelman?
I mean, for their positions, yeah, probably. Like Zach Thomas was a beast linebacker.
Yeah, but how many touchdowns did he throw though? How many touchdowns did he return? How many touchdowns did he return? How many touchdowns did he catch?
How many forced fumbles does Edelman have, though? You know,
probably a couple because he was on the kick return, the kickoff team. For
I think he actually might have a few forced fumbles. Yeah,
he does.
I distinctly remember him like trying to punch balls on like.
Oh yeah, with the big red fucking gloves that he used to wear.
Oh yeah, he was the type of demon energy guy you could put anywhere, honestly, because he just fucking get it done.
I feel like if Belichick told him to go out there and play nose tackle, like we'd probably plug the hole with Edelman as the nose tackle because he was just a fucking animal. He'd find a way to do it.
You know what's sort of funny, Julian memory is they did like a Patriots versus Cops like softball game at Mattakesett, and I was there for it. And this was before Edelman was even good at all. Like he still had the really long hair. Like I think he was just on special teams and not even as frequent as he was before, but he was still like the man. Like he rolled up late on a motorcycle with a chick, and I was like, Dad, who the fuck is that? And he just like did like one swing, and like he was just superstar. But I was like, what the fuck? And then he ends up being like absolutely important. It was just kind of funny, like first seeing him.
Who the fuck is that?
It's just the cool ball fields, really.
Just the fucking coolest guy ever.
Yeah, he ended up being ended up doing the craziest shit for the Patriots. But I was like, who does this guy think he is?
Who does he think he is? He is that man.
Hey, he knew it.
Is Gronk gonna make the Hall?
Yes, yeah, of course.
That would be so silly if he didn't.
Gronk's the best tight end to ever play the goddamn sport.
I thought so too. Is Aaron Hernandez gonna make the Hall?
No, he will not.
The Hall of Infamy.
He would have probably.
At his peak, he might have been the best tight end in the league.
Dude, no, he played with the best tight end in the league.
We'd have two more Super Bowls if he didn't do what he did. Can guarantee that.
I mean, I can safely assume if he wasn't a psychopathic murderer, he would have been a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
at the very least.
Really good.
I don't think we could have probably kept them together for their whole career because that's a lot of money tied up in one position group.
And we were kind of cheap too.
Well, the thing is, I think that if he was coming back, I think Brady would take another pay cut just to keep him. Cause
Brady always he always took the pay cut,
but he would take an even bigger pay cut to keep Hernandez too. I mean, now you're looking at Gronk, Hernandez, and was it Welker or Edelman at that point?
It was Edelman.
It's easy to take a pay cut when his wife was richer than him in his career. It's easy for him.
That's what I'm saying. Like his wife was making $30 gajillion a year. Like,
I think Brady got money from that divorce. I'm pretty sure, which is hilarious. Because she's that rich.
She's like stepped out with the jiu-jitsu instructor.
Yeah, and she's like a billionaire or something too. Like even though Tom is probably going to approach that.
Yeah, I saw somebody in the Seaport area with the TB12 license plate on a Lexus.
Yeah,
well, I was like, it's not Tom, and it wasn't Giselle. So I was like, that's a pretty die
hard. Yeah, I mean he's the greatest player to ever play the goddamn sport, Steve.
There's no Patriot stuff on the car though. That's the thing. It was like just a plain ass Lexus that a TB12. I was like, how much do you think Brady would have paid for that fucking license?
People get 23 Jumpman tattooed on them. Like it's TB12. I mean the logo's not as good.
I'm not saying that it's like I'm not saying that it's crazy that we saw it. I'm just saying it's crazy it wasn't on his car or something like that. Like he doesn't have that license plate.
It just says Tom Brady.
I wonder what Tom Brady's license plate actually says. Just should be goat. Yeah,
Six
should be
rings,
goat.
7 rings or something
Just
like
a goat
that.
symbol. He's the only emoji plate.
That's Belichick's boat. 7 rings.
How many Brady got then?
No, it
Brady
should be
has-
6 then, right?
Yeah, no, because he counts the ones from the Giants.
Oh, gotcha.
'Cause there's a lot of defensive coaches over there, right?
Brady has 7
7.
rings.
He's 7, yeah.
6 with,
Then he divorced us and won 1.
he had 8 and lost 1. I mean, do you think that when Tom and Jordan talked to each other, Tom just like, hey, guess what? I got 1 more than you.
That conversation probably doesn't go well with Michael.
It's probably like,
Probably is like, fuck
gamble
you,
now,
dude.
gamble. He's like, let's fucking play dice right now, and I'll fucking take the 7th ring off you.
Rock, paper, scissors me for that one of your rings right now, you fuck.
I'll play 18 with you. Winner takes a ring.
I wonder who's a better golfer. That would actually be interesting.
Probably Jordan.
I don't know. Brady's a pretty goddamn good golfer.
Jordan's been doing it for longer, though. I think that's part of it.
By fucking proxy, he's older.
That's what I mean. Like,
He's
that's
20
just what
years
it is.
older.
He's older and he has more practice doing it, so that takes into account for it.
Brady's in much better athletic shape.
It's golf. I mean, John Daly was one of the best golfers to ever live, and that dude
Yes.
lived on beer and fucking Marlboro Reds. So I don't want to hear about what kind of shape you're in to win a golf match.
But when the technique and capabilities are the same, athleticism should not be discounted in the calculus. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
If there's money on it,
it,
if it's for fun, taking Brady. If there's money on it, I'm taking MJ.
I mean, that's going to be that they should legitimately make an event, like an event.
I mean, they played Brady versus Manning.
Yeah,
golf
Brady
match.
always fucking beat Manning's. Just
They
a
had
big
it, like,
forehead,
on TV
dude.
and everything. That was fun.
Peyton's
Brady
just a
was talking
comedian.
shit to Barkley. Brady was just talking shit to Barkley the whole time, which was funny.
It'd be pretty easy
Saquon
to
or
talk
Charles?
shit.
Oh, Chuck.
Charles, because they did the match thing.
That-
Then it was
Yeah, on the golf course, the
Who's
only
in that?
place I'd be able to. I'd be able to chirp fucking Charles Barkley on the golf course, which is the only place
Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
able to ever. Although his swing has gotten better, but it's
Yeah, he's
still
much
fucking-
better.
Still fucking weird. It'll never not be weird, but it's definitely better.
It is because he's such a supreme athlete, and like he was smooth when he played for a guy being his size, like
Oh,
basketball.
you're so smooth.
It's so weird how that didn't translate over to like golf. I'm in no semblance, shape, or form an athlete. You know, I've never played anything above high school, but I have a much, much more fluid swing than Charles Barkley ever did
Yeah, it's so weird.
and will. I'm not saying it's a better swing because Lord knows my ball's going fucking, who knows? It's going at like a right angle or somehow ending up behind me. But it looks nice.
That's all that matters.
What are you looking at, Steve?
Oh, it was Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning versus Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady.
Phil Mickelson's such a fart, dude. Fuck that guy.
Such a shithead, yeah.
He
Which
brings
sucks
that group
'cause-
down so bad.
Yeah, Tiger with his stunning off
I
course.
know, but at least it's a fucking fun time. He's getting shitted and tagging
flipping his
broads.
trucks.
Calling the president.
Yeah, he's at least entertaining.
Yeah, I mean it sucks too. Like this one of the worst parts about social media is just knowing how shitty all these people are that you really want to root for.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
mean,
game.
shitty. The guy obviously has like addiction issues. I
I'm
don't know.
not talking about Tiger. Tiger's addiction issues, like that's one thing, but I'm talking about like Phil Mickelson just being like an absolute fucking terrible
Oh,
person, like
a turd,
scheming
yeah.
people out of money and like sexually like harassing women on fucking courses and get kicked out. Like,
Allegedly.
you know how bad you gotta fucking sexually harass somebody as Phil Mickelson to get kicked off of a course? Like the course wants you there. Like the course loves that you're a member there. I mean, just, you fucked it up so bad that you
Hey,
fucking
dude,
got kicked
there's
out.
one thing, maybe two things, if you're counting murder, that you can't do on this golf course before we'll kick you out, and you unfortunately did it. You
Yeah,
bastard.
fucking brutal. Like I was like, his golf game is so beautiful too. It's so fucked.
Yeah, my golf game is very beautiful, but it's fucked.
I fucking whooped me last time we played, I think.
I don't think so. I lost my dad, who's 60 fucking 3 and in rough shape. Let's just say, like, with his back.
Once again, like, your dad plays a lot more than you do, so your dad plays what every Monday night with his fucking.
He hasn't done that for basically a year now because his back. He tore a muscle in his rib, like the back rib area. So he hasn't been playing. He's never, probably why I got close.
It's basically
played in a long time.
It's him and Tiger, back issues.
I
It's just a golf thing.
I took 20 bucks off my head last time we played, so
both hold down huge drinking issues. Got to tip the hat. Heck yeah. All right. Anything else in sports world?
Sports.
As always, go Pats. Let's get into the movie. Memento, Christopher Nolan month. We're halfway. We're at the end here. Unfortunately, we're at the end of summer. In Christopher Nolan month, but we took it to a classic, Memento, the one that sort of put him on the map as this. We talked about two of it where he's at the pinnacle of he's a master of the craft for 20 years, and that's his production at the peak of his powers. This was when he was sort of a newbie, a younger guy, a younger filmmaker, kind of fresh out of film school, and this one put him on the map. What do we think? Memento 2000. Or hold on, let me tee it up more. Leonard Shelby, a former insurance investigator, suffers from anterograde amnesia. He cannot form long-term memories. After a head injury sustained the night his wife was murdered. To function, he's built an external memory process by tattooing important pieces of information that he thinks are important onto his skin and writing letters on photographs that he's taking of people. All in an effort to sort of hunt down the one guy who escaped the night that his wife was murdered. Yeah, that's sort of it in a nutshell. That's the plot without giving any spoilers away. Obviously, the film structure is inherently unique, right? This is the classic unreliable narrator trope in filmmaking. But there's sort of the way the film is structured is black and white scenes interspersed with scenes in color. Sort of telling two different stories or two different sections of a day or whatever of this guy's life, revealing more and more of the mystery as we go through the film's length. But
it's very Oppenheimer-like in that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you can see sort of the early seeds, some of the cuts. If this movie felt very not structurally, I guess, and at least cinematography wise, similar to Inception. This movie felt a lot like Inception to me. But yeah, you could definitely see some of the seeds of what carries through much more of his filmography throughout the course of the years. But yeah, Guy Pearce as is the lead actor, Leonard Shelby, Carrie Ann Moss as Natalie, Joe Pantoliano as Teddy, love Joey Pants, Mark Boone Jr. as Bert, Stephen Tobolowsky as Sammy Jankis, and Harriet Sansom Harris as Miss Jankis.
I fucked with the movie hard. As a first experience, I love puzzle thrillers and such, and it honestly felt like they put you in the shoes of someone with short-term memory loss, the way they'd cut in and out. Like, especially, remember the scene when he's chasing the guy and he's like, you cut to in the middle of the chase and he's just like, I don't even, like, why am I chasing this guy? Like,
he thought he was chasing him.
Yeah, exactly. It just
he's like, wait a minute, no.
I felt like put in the shoes of someone that just has this awful disease. Like, it was honestly just like crazy to even try to wrap your head around what the fuck is going on the whole time. And I really, really dug that, honestly, trying to almost be like an investigator throughout the movie. And that scene when Natalie was bullying him, I was like, holy shit. This lady, that was made me so mad for Lenny. I was like, stop bullying him. He fucking has a condition.
You feel genuinely bad for, like, not heartbroken because of what he actually is, like, kind of the antagonist of the film. If you think about the whole film story, spoiler alert.
This is going to be one big spoiler alert.
Like, yeah, I mean, there's no way to talk about
26 years ago, and there's no way to talk about this movie without spoiling it.
Yeah, because it all reveals itself at the end, and whatever. You can't talk about it because the reason you watch this film is for how it's set up structurally as a story. It's unique, and obviously it plays off of the anti-retrograde, anterograde amnesia. But yeah, it's you feel really bad for Guy Pearce in that scene because he is just getting bullied, and you can see him getting genuinely upset as she's berating him and insulting his dead wife. And you feel bad because he can't remember. She's just mocking him, being like, "Ha!" He just keeps calling him, hitting him with the hard words.
Yeah, just be like, "You're so fucking stupid. You're not going to remember anything I'm saying to you anyway." And then literally proved the point by going in the car and coming back out after a minute and being like, "I just got punched in the face by someone else," and it's like was literally him. I was like, "Holy shit, this movie's crazy."
Yeah. Obviously, spoiler alert, it's revealed that he's working with Joey Pantoliano's character, who is a corrupt cop who, had him kill a drug dealer or whatever for money, and used the amnesia as to kind of, sort of set him off and lie to him and say, that's the guy that killed your wife, but really it's a guy, and it turns out that Guy Pearce's character at the end ends up killing Joe Pantoliano's character when he finds out, but he's lying to himself to kind of keep this myth that he ends up, that we end up figuring out that he actually killed the guy who got away with the murder of his wife a long time ago. And everybody he's killed since is just sort of somebody he's focused the target at and used as amnesia, knowing that he'll forget and sort of think of, like, keep that lie going. Perpetuate the lie that my wife's murderer is still out there. I'm going to kill this guy because he can't deal with the fact that, his life's, he's not a functional human being. His life's really fucking hard.
Yeah, it's like the whole movie, you're just like slowly realizing the people around him are all fucking with him in different ways. Like piece by piece, you figure it out. It's just crazy. And you're right. He is technically he's like a anti-hero because he does do you're right, he does trick himself in the end, but at the same time, like when he is killing these guys, he thinks is killing someone that deserves to be killed. So it is tough. Like he's technically killing people that weren't involved, but he's also getting manipulated by this crooked cop the whole time to do it. So it's like, how at fault is he?
Yeah, well, he burns the photograph of the guy he just murdered, and sort of, I don't understand how it kind of plays with the amnesia plot of how he now thinks that Pantaleon's character is his wife's murder, because doesn't he burn the picture?
No, he burned the picture of the guy he killed, so that he would forget about the guy that he killed, Jimmy Grant, the drug dealer that he killed. He burned the picture so that he would never remember that happening. Make sure he never remember that happening when he eventually forgets what he did that day. And he writes down Teddy, the crooked cop. He writes down his license plate number, and then writes down on the picture, "Hey, don't believe anything that this guy says." So basically, like, because he knows Teddy's real name is James G, which matches up with the John G on his chest that he's tattooed. So he's basically setting it up like, "Hey, I'm just going to kill this guy," and that's going to be the end of it. But it's still, he still has all the tattoos and everything on him to like hunt down the John G. So he's never going to, like, unless he goes and gets all those covered up, then like he's never going to like forget, or he's never going to remember that he already did it. He's still going to try and do it. And he's also setting himself up to be with Natalie for whatever it's worth, because she will keep using him. Like, she's still around. Yeah. Like, he's not going to remember that she used him for this, that, and the third. So he's still going to end up going back to her. He has the photo that says on it that she'll help him find whoever, because she's pitied because she lost somebody too.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, does he really want to stop killing people almost, or like, does he want to just live in like bliss, like with this new woman every day?
Well, I don't think it's like he thinks he'll live in bliss. I think he like kind of wants to run away from the fact that his wife is dead. Like, his life is different. He has this interrogate amnesia now, and his wife is dead. And instead of like admitting that truth and dealing with how fucking awful that is, he like kind of lives in this. He knows that he has this thing that will make him forget, and he keeps perpetuating the lie every single time to give him some sort of like purpose or whatever, I think it's somewhat deeper than that.
What a wild move by the wife to like test his condition by requesting insulin until she dies.
Oh, you talk about Sammy Jankis. Yeah.
Well, that was him.
It was supposed to be him, technically.
Yes. It's actually him. Like, Sammy Jankis is somebody that he made up in his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, did he end up killing his wife?
Yeah,
well, she did it though. But she did it though. She kept asking him for the shot. So it's
Yeah,
like, so that was so weird. I was like, what do you, like, what? Can't you test this any other way?
I have to go back and
But-
rewatch it. It's a movie I've seen twice now, and it's like I still don't understand it. And I think this is
no,
why
like
people
Teddy
love it.
explains that, like, hey, there is no Sammy Jenkins. Like, you are Sammy Jenkins. Like, you're the one that eventually killed your wife. Your wife had diabetes. Like, there's one scene where like he's laying down, he like pinches her hip or whatever, and she
Yeah.
says "ow," and that's like a flashback. But then like later on, it shows that the pinch is actually him injecting her with insulin because his wife had
that was
diabetes.
trippy.
And like
So
his
how does he
wife
get amnesia?
survived. His wife survived the attack. There was an attack,
Oh,
and he
okay.
did get hit in the head, but she survives. And then in his head, he's his PTSD or whatever has changed that to him watching his wife die. That he explains multiple times, but like in reality, his wife died later on when he kept injecting her with insulin because she kept asking for it because
She didn't
I think
believe him. The
She ends
insurance,
up getting
explained that, like,
resentful.
she
Yeah,
was
like-
resentful because she didn't believe that she was faking it or whatever. And I'm like, she's like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm tired of being in pain all the time. I'm tired of this anguish of our relationship. And that was her way of putting herself out of her own misery.
by making him kill her, is so fucked up.
Yeah, and then he doesn't remember any of that, or he does, and he's reformed it in his brain to be Sammy Jenkins.
It's really fucked up too, because I looked into it deeper, and there are a lot of, I believe that is the true narrative, the most realistic true narrative. But I also have just seen narratives that, like, people online thinking that guy at the end just completely, like, James' character lied completely about everything at the end, and because he does lie the whole movie, and he is a shitty guy that's so bad in lies. And like, what if he was just trying to like manipulate him in a different way at the end, and it doesn't end up working his way because he gets shot? But like, what if that was just his, like, what if he was just going to do all that and then just, you know what I mean? Like, people think that there could be a million other endings because, like,
Yeah.
not only is he like your main character is not trustworthy, but also everyone around him is also a dirtbag. So like, they could also just
There's
be,
nobody
no
in
one-
that entire movie tells the truth. Like, nobody.
yeah. So
Like,
people think that
even-
that's not even the case. Like, the people think that the whole reveal could be a lie as well. So it's just pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean, even Lenny, he doesn't tell you the truth the whole time. If it's true that his wife was diabetic and he killed her or whatever, like, even he doesn't tell you the truth the whole time about Sammy Jenkins and whatever, you know.
Yeah. And it's all about it's all about, like, when you don't know who you are and you're stripped of any sort of self, who are you? You know, like, who is this person? Is he just a reflection of what people tell him? Is he what he tells himself? It's a very excellent job of the unreliable narrator trope. It's like probably the best that's ever been done on film. And it's all off of a short story that I think that Christopher's brother Jonathan made up on like a car ride. You know, it's pretty fucking excellent how it was end up coming into fruition. It was just it's really well done. Guy Pearce rules in this film.
Oh, he does. Yeah, the unreliable
rules.
narrator thing reminded me of like how I felt at the end of Shutter Island, when you're just like, oh my god, the protagonist has just been getting tricked this whole time. Because that's a really good example of that too.
One of the best. Yeah.
I hate
You're
that
like,
I know the ending of that movie without seeing it.
Ah,
I already knew about it before you said it.
I was gonna say,
Like,
I didn't just spoil it, right? Okay, good. I was like, holy
I've
shit.
known about it for a while, which sucks because it was like I would have loved to have actually sat down and watched that movie and not known that's the twist at the end, you know.
It's,
I mean,
yeah,
if you think about it, he carries this trope on through Inception. That's kind of why I feel like a spiritual successor to this film is Inception. It's unreliable narrator, but it's sort of just like, it kind of feels like this guy's working himself through therapy throughout his films, because he's just like, who am I as a man? If I don't know who I am, then am I what people tell me? This is like him as a young filmmaker into Inception, where he's 10 years in now and he's more developed and he's making much better films. And it's just like the best part about Inception is when he spins the top at the end to go be with his family, and he doesn't end up watching it to see if it falls, because it doesn't matter if it's real or not. It's how he it's like, it does feel like a guy therapizing himself throughout his own filmography. And that's kind of why I think I like Inception. It's like, if it's a liar or if it's the truth, it doesn't matter to me.
I mean, I think it's amazing all the different kinds of movies that he's done. Like, a lot of guys like are good at like one genre of movie. Like James Cameron's really good at like the sci-fi genre of movies. Like, that's kind of what he does, like action sci-fi stuff. Like, but like if you look at Nolan's catalog, it's like you got Memento, then you have like an Inception, which is kind of the same, but like also very star-studded and deeper, and like almost like a sci-fi kind of narrative to that, not a real life thing. And then you got
comic book movies.
Yeah, we got the Odyssey, and then you got the Dark Knight. Like it just does like he has a very broad range of movies, and like there's something for everybody in a Christopher Nolan movie. Like
Interstellar
for everybody. Interstellar,
it's a spacefaring voyage. It's fucking
the highest quality. He's on the highest quality.
Dunkirk is a war movie.
Yeah, he does the highest quality of every genre he touches. If it's like sci-fi or puzzle thriller or historical pieces, and now he's in his historical piece bag, but and that they're just as good. It's like anything he fucking does.
I got him above James Cameron, like I said last week. I still got him above James Cameron.
Wait, what about James Cameron?
I got Christopher Nolan above him.
I mean, yeah. Did I fight hard against this?
Yeah, you did. I don't know why you did, but you did.
Just because I like two of James Cameron's movies more than maybe any. Nolan's gonna. I love Oppenheimer. Fuck.
And Odyssey too.
I love the Odyssey. I love Memento. I love all of Nolan's films, but like something about T2 and Aliens, dude. Oof.
I mean, they're great movies. Don't get me wrong. Did he do Prometheus too?
No, that's oh my fucking
that's
God.
The same
Ridley Scott.
That's the same world, right, as Aliens?
Yes, Ridley Scott directed
prequel to everything.
Alien, right?
He created Alien, and then Aliens was directed by James Cameron.
Okay, but then Scott just did did Prometheus himself. He didn't use James Cameron for that one.
That's right.
James Cameron is the GOAT at sequels. Nolan's the GOAT at movies. It's like if you want a historical franchise to have a good sequel, you bring in James Cameron, and it might be better with T2. No. I honestly like T2 better.
Was Avatar 2 better than Avatar 1?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
I don't think it could be worse than Avatar 1.
Avatar sequels feel fake. I was gonna say Avatar sequels just came, and then I just heard their like historical box office, but I didn't even see that much promotion for them. You know what I mean? Like the third one just came out. I was like, what the fuck? It's just out because there is a third.
Yeah,
one.
I hated Avatar 1, so Avatar 2 can't be worse. I mean,
yeah, it kind of just felt like a lazy play on like what the Native Americans went through, and you know what I mean. It kind of just felt like such a direct.
It was all like it's all about save the world, like don't like pollute and shit like that, and like don't steal
come and frack,
have already their land, like
yeah,
don't chase the unobtainium.
Yeah,
I mean Cameron has some bangers, dude. Hair sex, shout out to hair sex. I can't have that. I mean he has Titanic.
Yeah,
Cameron makes a fuck ton of money. Terminator 1 and 2, Aliens, obviously Avatars, True Lies, like he's got some bangers, dude.
Titanic's one of those movies that is just up there, but
yeah, it is.
I enjoy all of Nolan's films technically more than that Titanic, but Titanic's in just such high aura. You know what I mean? Like I'd watch any Nolan movie over the Titanic, but Titanic's just like a legendary movie.
I mean, are we putting Titanic over Dark Knight?
Something about me, no, but something about me you need to know is that I fucking love Titanic. I think that's one of the best movies ever fucking made. I cry every time, and I know it's 3 hours long. I'm in every time. I just love that movie. Leo's so goddamn good.
Leo's
the man. It's fucking awesome.
I still think that most of what Christopher Nolan's done outdoes James Cameron stuff.
It's hard to argue, dude.
It's very more modern. It's more modern too.
Cameron has some stinkers, but you also haven't watched any of Nolan's stinkers, so I wonder how you'd feel.
I watched what was supposed to be Cameron's biggest movie, and I thought it sucked. So,
what would be a Nolan stinker? I don't even know.
Avatar.
What would be Nolan's the one that came out after this? Insomnia, I believe.
I've never seen it.
He also had one before Memento. That was like a student film that people. It's just. I don't think any of them are technically stinkers, but like comparatively,
yeah.
I mean,
you know, they're not up to par. Let's just say.
He set the bar too high.
Stand on that.
Avatar's a good movie. We're down on it. Avatar's a good movie.
I think Avatar only gets the good movie sticker because of when people watched it Like I think it's a lot of
It was a lot of hype.
nostalgia.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of hype.
Watching it
For a
as a
historical
30-year-old
piece.
man, like 15 years later, like that movie stunk. Like,
Yeah, but it's set, and it still looks great to this day for a film that came out in like 2009. It still looks great because it's set like the par for what special effects have to be for these
Yeah.
massive films.
Oh yeah,
It's a historical piece.
I'm not
in that
knocking it
aspect.
for the special effects and everything like that because like I can't watch a movie that old and knock it for special effects. Like that's just what they did the best with what they had. But just the story was just bad, and it was just not enthralling. Like it didn't never grip me at any point. Most
It's
interesting
hard
part
to say it's a
about it
bad
was the
story.
monsters.
It's a classic human story. It's like a classic story.
It's the modern
You know.
Wizard of Oz. It just is more of a technology advancement than anything.
I mean, I don't know. It never gripped me at any point. The most entertaining part was all like the different creatures, and they just never showed that many of them. It was like we get like 3 creatures total.
Humans are really the bad guys.
Speaking
wow,
of that,
I've never heard that one before.
I gotta watch Monarch. I need to get on my game. I saw another season came out of that.
Monarch. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the last few Kong versus.
Oh, Kong stuff is so good.
Monarch
They are good. I did like them.
And it's Russell Crowe.
Kurt
the
Russell.
lead.
Oh yeah, Russell Crowe's in the Monarch one now. Yeah, I gotta.
Wait, isn't it Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell. It's Kurt Russell, dude.
Yeah, it's Russell
it's
Crowe. I'm like, holy
It's
shit.
Kurt Russell and his son too. He's like the younger version of him, which is pretty
yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Because they do look good.
So Carl's got the best head of hair in the business, I think.
Great moss. Shout out Dexter. Making his presence known on the pod.
He's gonna rip the whole fucking thing down.
Anything else about Memento or Nolan? What else? Oh, we have to rate it, but anything else before we get to that?
I mean, one more thing about the movie was it's supposed to be kind of hard to keep up to keep up with, like, you know, figure out what's going on. But I would have liked to have stayed in a scene for a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
Of course you would. You want to know the mystery.
Well, I want to know the mystery, but also like I don't want like a minute of a scene and then like, oh, now we're gonna go back to him talking on the phone for a minute, and then we're gonna go back to a minute before we saw him in a minute in the scene, and we have to watch the whole minute scene that we already watched before again. I don't know, it was a little.
You felt it's redundant.
A little bit, but it's like how much can you really do with a movie where where you're trying to tell the story with the
His
narrator,
limitations. Yeah,
his limitations of the narrator and stuff like that. Like that was still well done. Obviously, it's Nolan, but
I mean, it has to be. To me, it almost feels like it has to be that way. Like you always want a little bit more of the mystery to be revealed, but sometimes, like, I do appreciate how well paced out it is over the course of its. You know, even though we're seeing the same scene twice, 3, you know, whatever. It's. I kind of like that, and I kind of like because you every single scene you're trying to piece together, and you get a little extra small tidbit, and you're like, "Fuck, what does that mean?" And then you jump in right to the next thing. You're like, "What the fuck does that mean about that?" And that's kind of the beauty of this film, and why it's probably had a lot of staying power, a lot of rewatches.
Yeah.
Well, like Jacob was saying, like there's so many different like theories about this movie.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna rewatch it and think about the theory that you just read yesterday, and then rewatch it again after you read a theory tomorrow. You know,
it's a cult classic for sure.
Movie. It's definitely like that. I mean, I figured out pretty early that Natalie was going to be using them to kill people. You know, I thought that was pretty obvious, like off the rip. Even on first watch, like, there was just some stuff that I can't remember exactly what it was, but it just keyed you into it. And the whole time I thought that he killed his wife. Like, I thought that was like he killed his wife, and then his PTSD kind of caused him to have this brain issue where he's not remembering everything, and he wanted to black out the fact that he killed his wife because he had the scratch mark on his face, like from the get go. So I was like, that's self-defense wound is what that is.
I do appreciate he looked dapper as fuck, even with all the scars. He just always was dapper as fuck every day.
Big forehead on Guy Pearce in this film. His forehead is fucking about 5 feet long.
That's also the worst
cool
fucking
looking.
dye job I've ever seen in my life on his fucking hair.
I like it though. It's like
Holy
very
shit.
90s.
Yeah,
Very 90s
yeah.
Cali.
That was another thing that I was like, oh, he's definitely running from the police. Like he has like a crazy dye job on his hair and shit like that. Like,
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah. And at least, like you're saying, at least the like it is really confusing, but it feels like it has purpose. It's not like they're just forcing. It's not like just a able-minded protagonist where the director's just fucking with you. It's like, yeah, you're just you're on his ride. This man with this mental memory disease.
I wonder if somebody's like kind of made a supercut of this film where it's like the chronological order of events of Memento at the film.
For sure,
that'd be very interesting to see.
It's like a half an hour.
Yeah.
20-minute movie.
Yeah. It was made for $9 million over the course of a month of shooting, and it cashed in $41 million.
$9 million for that movie?
And they shot it over the course of a month, yeah.
$9 million for that movie? That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2000. It's not fucking 1975. Movies don't get made.
Obsession was shot for what, 750? Or was it 75?
750K or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so like, I don't know what in that budget you needed $9 million for, other than Guy Pearce, I guess.
Well, yeah. Probably
he
rent out a lot of places in LA. Although, probably do that for Obsession.
I guess so.
I don't know. It was made for not. Probably a lot of that went to Nolan. But it made its money back, and put him on the map. Rate it Memento out of 5.
Maybe like a 4, maybe 3.5. I'll give it like 3.5.
Okay, fair.
I'll go 4.25.
Interesting. I'll go 4.
Jacob's the high mark on this one. Jacob loved this movie.
Yeah, I just really fucked with the puzzle thriller element of it, and I just felt like a very unique.
This is your first watch too, right?
Yeah, it was. So I was like really invested in being like, wow, I'm in the shoes of a short memory, like lost man. It just felt really interesting. I was gripped for sure.
Yeah, Steve, you watched it for the first time too, or was this the second watch? This was my second watch. So.
My first time watching this movie. I mean, it never really gripped me. It could use a little bit more action. I feel like that would be the only thing that would really like boost it up for me, is a little bit more action. Like the only action scenes you really got were at the very beginning. He shoots him.
No, well, there's a chase scene, multiple chase scenes.
Yeah, there's like the one chase scene where he's like, I'm chasing this guy, and then he like turns the corner. He's got the guy. He's like, oh no, I'm getting chased. Like, dude, that made me laugh out loud. That was so fucking funny.
When he knocked on the window with the glass and he just pulled further out, I actually did laugh out loud when he's like, hey, I got a gun. And he's just like, oh, I'm out of here. I was like, that's so funny. Such a funny reaction to a gun being pointed at you. He was just like, skirt.
Like, oh, let me get the fuck out of here.
It's like, oh, I misread this.
I mean, there's that chase scene, and there's like he fights the guy in the motel room, Dodd, and wraps him up. I like the part when he's walking about with the gun in his back, and he's like, oh, we'll take my car. Like, no, your car's a fucking shitbox. We're going to take his car. Like, what's wrong with my car? Nothing. You want to trade for your Jaguar?
I laughed when the fight, like that whole fight sequence when he just woke up and the guy was just in his bathroom, which is tied up. He's like, close the door. He's like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened yesterday? Or just showering, just comes out and just starts fighting someone while he's showering.
That's going to be horrible. That's a nightmare scenario. Imagine you have to fight somebody, but you're completely butt naked and wet. It must be horrible for the guy who's clothed.
I was going to say, you're slippery.
I tell you what, if they see me fucking buck ass naked, they might just throw up and pass out. Huh?
Just a fucking little fucking nub, dude. You have scared, freshly washed penis. It's fucking
spitting the shit out of you.
Oh boy. That's Memento. 4 stars, 3.5 for Steve. Just a good film, no matter which way you slice it, and unique, very unique film. So next week's will be The Prestige, another unique film by Nolan. They're all unique. You can say that about every single one of this guy's films. They're all unique in their own way.
Never seen this one either, so I'm excited.
Yep.
Oh, I did another show. I finished season 4 of Peaky Blinders. Have you guys watched that?
I watched the 2 seasons, so don't spoil it.
I watched 2 seasons. Yeah, I've been trying to watch that this year for the first time, actually. But there's just so many shows that have been slow. But yeah, no, it's Murphy's just like amazing and everything, dude.
I'm halfway through season 4, not halfway through the show.
Yeah, I think it's 5 seasons total, right? So,
it's a movie
too.
It's 5 seasons.
I think it's 5 or 6. I can't remember.
Well, let's not spoil it for Jacob.
No, it's
great
not
show
for you either. I'm well ahead of you too. Hope starting season 5. I think next week. It's Ted Lasso. Another episode dropped yesterday. Forgot
People
to see
don't
that.
love Ted Lasso.
They
I
don't
love
like
the first 2 episodes so far.
Yeah, they don't like good energy. That's all that show just makes you happy.
I love the first season of Ted Lasso. It's like, oh, you really want to? You make me fucking cry. Make me cry.
That fucking stupid show makes me cry every fucking time.
Yeah, me and Aaron have enjoyed the first. Me and Aaron watched the first couple too. We liked them so far.
And Shrinking gets me to fucking cry too.
There's a really good show on Hulu called Furious right now. Halfway through the first season of it. It's pretty goddamn good. It's about a female FBI agent kind of chasing a female serial killer. A lot of Epstein vibes, to it. It's pretty good. Other than that, I'm rewatching The Bear.
I was never interested in that. I'm not interested in any of that Lip Gallagher stuff. I'm not Lip Gallagher. What the fuck is the guy's name?
Jeremy Allen White.
Jeremy what?
Why? Jeremy Allen White?
Jeremy Allen White. I just the whole vibes of those shows don't really like The Bear. Never really the vibe of it was like I don't want to be stressed out and annoyed the whole fucking time I watch a show, and I can just tell that's just what's going to do. It's Shameless too. Same thing. Shameless was like I'm not gonna get into
Dude, The Bear is fucking good. You're out of your mind. The Bear is the first 2 seasons of The Bear are like some of the best television ever made.
What are your thoughts about Tommy Shelby so far in season 4?
I think it's season 4. Where he has glasses now.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it out there so you're not spoiling anything. That's a great way to put it.
I mean, I kind of like where that season was going in terms of like what does it mean to like have political power. I think we're gonna get a lot more into like the political aspect of it, but Lord, what's the SpongeBob meme? Like, God forbid I have to go back to the person I was or something. Like, don't let me be the person I was.
Yeah, with the guns, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out on
feel like
Shelby.
that's probably coming.
I'm out on him in this season.
I mean, he's not a great guy, right?
Well,
he's the guy you're rooting for.
I'm rooting against him at this point.
He's gone the Walter White track. By the end of Breaking Bad, Walter White was just a straight up bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, and all these shows, like, Tony Soprano's going to be. Everybody loves Tony Soprano and the fucking Presuits
stuff. Yeah.
But he's a really bad guy throughout the entire show. Like, if you really take a full picture, great shows make you root for complex. People are complex. Natural. Everybody. Steve, you're even complex. You have good and bad. It's not all good moments. It's not all bad moments.
Not complex up here.
No.
Very simple.
Yes, so are we. But anyways, I digress. There's a lot of great stuff in television and in movies, so go out and watch it and, give your time to these good filmmakers and story writers. So that's been it for the banner, at least until basketball comes back.
Then fuck all of them. Just watch basketball all day like Jacob does.
And the basketball's got the best storyline writers in the entire world, baby. This year's going to be great.
A lot of drama.
Yeah, that's been at the banner report. Dexter, he rang the dinner bell. It's time to go.
You need something.
I need to go.
All right. Bye, fellas.
Love you guys.
Hilly.